All right, well today we are gonna go fire up the old loader and bring it across the property here to Victor's backhoe. And he wants to take it back to his property, he wants to take it to his property so that he can start tinkering away at it when he has time, because it'll be useful up there for him. But obviously it doesn't run right now. If you remember our last video from moving it from Victor's old house to here to store it for a little while, it's been here for a couple of years now, I think. But yeah, anyways, first things first, I just came down here to open the gate because old Vic's gone to fire up the tandem and hook onto the trailer. And he's going to meet us over here. We got to go to the other end of the property, fire up the crawler loader and start tracking over here to him. So let's get after that. Right, we'll let that warm up, and while we do, we got to put some fuel in it. So I'll pull the truck over. I'm pretty sure there's some fuel in the transfer tank, but we're fixing to find out. All right, all warmed up, all fueled up. Let's get going. All right, well, we made it across the swamp and everything there. I guess we're gonna have to try to lift that back bucket up, and we may have to try to get the front bucket lifted up, so tighten that chain, unless it'll slide up the ramp. So we're gonna make it up as we go along. Me and Victor are pretty good at that. So the old crawler is doing a good job, but this is made a little bit more difficult because it has no brakes, and also the throttle needs adjusting. So when I use the decelerator, it doesn't actually throttle it down all the way, so it's always still trying to push forward. So yeah. So the old backhoe's fighting us a little bit here. We can't shove on the center of the boom because when we're picking it up, it's not locked, so it's swinging the back end of the backhoe back and forth. And every time I shove on one side or the other of the stabilizers, it's just shoving the front end over to pivot. So I decided to start fighting with the back bucket a little bit more and see if I could get enough pressure on it without swinging the back end, and we'll see what happens. Well, I didn't mean to do that, but it sort of presented a new opportunity. By swinging out of the way, I can shove more center on the back of the backhoe and see if that'll get it up there. Haha, success! It is now on the trailer. That makes life a little easier. Now we just have to square it up and move it forward. All right, well, that was a bit of a battle, but we got it up on there anyways. I'll start crawling back across the property, grab my truck there, and then come back and meet Victor, and we'll take it up to his property where he's got one of his family members had a loader, but they haven't been using it for a few years, so they said that he could take it to his property to help do some work around there, which is fantastic. So it's there now. It's a bigger wheel loader, so that'll give us a hand to unload it, but it should be easier to get off than it was to get on anyways. But yeah, we'll go do that. All right, got the loader back, gonna jump in the truck, head back to Victor, and we'll get up to his property and see about unloading that. All right, I'm back to Victor. We're about to head out on the road. I've got to shut the gate, and then we'll begin our journey. All right, we made it to his fire right here. Just going to be pulling up to his property here in a minute. Then we'll have to come up with a plan. Look how well that road's held. Look at that. I don't even think he's graded this at all. Like, he has a blade for his tractor, but I think he said that he hasn't even had to touch it. Beautiful climb, beautiful. He's just gonna keep on going. Okay then. So this is an old International 510 or a 515. He's not exactly sure. What year would this be? Sure. Yeah. Old. It's old anyways. Oh, love it. So this is the same engine that would be in my International crawler loaders. Like the one that we used to just load up the hoe. Basically, this is the rubber tire version of the crawlers. Beautiful, love it. Anyways, we'll let this warm up for a few minutes. Parking brake engaged. All right. Now the idea is to chain it to one of those pine trees, I believe, and pull it off that way. But again, we're making it up as we go along. Yeah, so I was just talking to him. His plan is to just chain it to one of those pine trees over there, then drive ahead. He thinks it'll come off straight enough. I wanted to use the cool old loader, just come down here on the flat and then pull it off, and then we'd be able to skid it back there. Then that way, if it's going to go one way or the other or not come down straight, we'd be able to straighten it with the loader. But anyways, it's his machine, so we'll see how it goes anyways, as long as it shouldn't hurt the float anyways if it falls up there sideways. But I don't think it'll get that far. So his plan with this old backhoe is to take off the back bucket because it needs a lot of work. One or two of the cylinders need to be rebuilt, or they're scarred up even, so I don't know if they'd even hold to be rebuilt. But anyways, he just wants to use it as a front end loader, and then he'll just put a weight box on the back of it, and yeah, have a front end loader, which would be handy. We'll do some unchaining and some rechaining, and then we'll see how this goes. All right, we're just about ready for the moment of truth here. I said so long as we have that big loader here, if it lands on its side, we'll be able to pick it up. But Victor says it wouldn't be the first time this loader's been on its side. It was he bought it from some family members, and he says that he knows of twice that it's been on its side just in a field. So anyways, we know it's tough and it can roll back up. Like I said, so long as it doesn't hurt the float, then I guess I don't care. True. Ah, well, we'll just paint over. It'll be fine. But I guess we'll see what happens here. I'm wondering if it's gonna well, there has been smoother descents, but that did work. All right, it was a good plan. It worked. I said it was a good plan. It worked. You're right. Yeah, true. This is how he originally offloaded it at his old house, from this exact float. But anyways, all right. Now it's got to turn this around and put the loader back. Like a glove. We're free. Well, Victor asked if I wanted to jump in the old loader and move it back, so of course I did. Anyways, all right. We're able to get the backhoe here with minimal issues. got to play with this cool old loader for a few minutes. He was letting me drive it because if you couldn't see, the articulation is different in this. Generally in most loaders, the cab sits behind where it turns and then you just watch the bucket turns. And on this one, obviously, you're turning. And then you look and all of a sudden your butt's sitting beside you. So it is a bit awkward feeling, but I'm sure you'd get used to it. But anyways, that's a good old loader like that. Had some fun, but that's it for now. So thanks for watching.